What's going on, guys? Diamond Dust 132 here. I just got through watching the Dream Cancel podcast, the latest one. I'll put the link in the description. It was a pretty good one. They were basically discussing, you know, it's been the 1 year anniversary since King of Fighters 14 came out. You know, there's been a lot of changes in that year. You know, there's a lot of talks. You know, there's a lot of people going, "Is this game dead? Is there any future for this game?" You know, they've already talked about King of Fighters 15. You know, nothing's been announced, but just the fact that they're already talking about another King of Fighters is making people like me a little worried. Because I paid $60 for this game, and to have to buy a new one so quick would be a little irritating. But it would also mean SNK is doing better than I thought, and of course that's a good thing. You know, the more King of Fighters we get, the better. But yeah, that Dream Cancel podcast, they talked about a whole lot. I'm kind of mad I didn't ask to be in it. They had a lot of interesting topics. Yeah, like I said, I'll link it in the description. It's a pretty long podcast. It's about 3 hours, but it's well worth sitting there for 3 hours to hear some of the stuff they talk about. And you know, it got me thinking. You know, maybe I should make my own little podcast here, talk about some things with you all. So yeah, we've just seen a lot of things King of Fighters related. You know, the game's starting to get taken out from certain majors. I heard Jabali, he wanted to take it out for CEO Otaku because not many people came to CEO. We're not getting new players. You know, a lot of people that play the game, they're in like that 25 to 30 something year old age range. I know I'm in there. There's a lot of stuff going on, and you know, like I said, people are asking, is this game dead? And it's not dead. Like, I love this game too much. It's not dead, but there are some things. I guess we could try to. You know, it's not all on us either, to be honest. Because I think SNK needs to support this game a little more. At least in the U.S. I feel like they're doing it in Asia, but as much as I don't like Street Fighter V, and as much as I think that's a poorly designed game, like, it's still getting the most numbers in terms of majors and locals and whatever. Especially at EVO, it had the most entrants, and there's still lots of money to be made playing Street Fighter V. So I can't blame anybody, you know, for playing that game. You know, and King of Fighters just doesn't have that same support. Like I'm saying, there hasn't been any news of any new content, no new stages, no balance patches. I know some of you are like rolling your eyes, going like, we don't need balance patches, we don't need stages, we don't need characters. I mean, casual players don't care about that kind of argument. They want a reason to want to buy the game. And I'm not saying throwing the Orochi team or whoever else everyone's asking for in the game is going to fix things, but you know, new content I think would help. Especially there's a lot of upcoming fighting games coming up that's gonna give King of Fighters 14 even more competition. So just giving it some sort of edge wouldn't hurt. Even I agree it might be too soon for a new balance patch, but I don't know. This game needs some kind of fresh coat of paint. Maybe another graphics update. I don't know. It needs something. Like, it can't just stay the way it is. Like, this is already a divisive game. You got people who love 13, and there's nothing wrong with 13. That's a fantastic game. You got people who love 13, and they have mixed feelings about 14. You know, max mode mechanics is too easy, etc., etc. So the community is already somewhat divided, and then you got new players quitting within like the first couple of weeks because they can't take the losing. I don't know what this game. It's something about this game. Street Fighter V, people lose all the time, but they just keep grinding out. I don't know if it's the presentation, the characters, or what. It's certainly not the gameplay, because King of Fighters 14 beats that hands down. But you know, there's something about the game that makes people keep wanting to play it. I can't say myself, but you know, something that King of Fighters 14 is missing. You know, I usually joke and I just say, you know, because it's got a Capcom logo on it. So you know, if you got a Capcom logo on, you could sell water to like a dolphin. But I don't know. And going back to that podcast, they were talking about you know, just getting more content out there for new players, streaming more. You know, that kind of hit home with me. I try to put as much content on my channel as possible. You know, I mentioned this in the video from the other day. You know, I'm still working on this tutorial. It's almost done, so I'll have that out soon. And of course, I hope to have more tutorials out as we go along. But you know, I feel like I can still do more. I've already you know, over on Dream Cancel. They have a bunch of wikis, you know, for all the characters. I filled out maybe like 2 or 3, but you know, like, there's still a lot of characters that could use some work. And, you know, as a new player, it might be frustrating, you know, going to that kind of thing, and then there's no information there to help you as a new player figure out that character. So that's why I try to make these tutorials, and that's why, you know, I want to do a little bit more for the community. I want to stream more. I definitely want to stream more. They were also talking about that in the podcast. You know, sometimes you go on Twitch and you search KOF XIV, and there's maybe 2 people streaming, and then both those streamers have like 2, 3 viewers a piece. So like, you know, we got to stream more. Not, you know, it's not like really an obligation, because naturally you don't owe a video game anything. But personally speaking, I love this game a lot. You know, I want to do whatever I can to help support it. I don't want to hear stuff that's dead. I don't want to hear people saying, well, 13 was better or 15 is going to be better. Like, I want to focus on the game we're playing right now. Like, that's my main focus. So like, whatever I can do to help the community, I want to do that. That means streaming more than like I'm going to stream more. I'm going to have more lobbies open. I've been doing it sparsely. Every now and then on Twitch, I'll have lobbies open. But otherwise, you know, I'm not really. But yeah, more streaming on Twitch. That sounds like a plan. I can definitely do that. Even if it's something just like a lobby and I'm not even playing, it's just other people playing. That would be good, just to get the game some exposure. I don't know about 24/7 lobby. I know there was one a while ago, and I forget the person's name that did it. I know he used to have the lobby up. I don't know if that'd be a good idea. You know, if you think so, maybe you can put in the comment section. I mean, I can do it. I have the internet to do it. It wouldn't be an issue. I don't know personally if that's a good idea, but I could do a 24/7 lobby. But otherwise, I want to do open lobby. You know, tourney. Everybody gets on the same station, and we just watch different players go at it. You know, so I want to do something like that. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about this game. It's been, you know, it doesn't feel like it's been a year since it's been out, but apparently that's the case. You know, it's gone through a lot of changes, a lot of patches. You know, tier lists fluctuating everywhere. I know some of you don't believe in tier lists, so I won't linger on that for too long. But you know, there's been a lot of changes. But you know, the community, I don't know how much it's grown. It's just, I don't know, something about new players in this game. And they were mentioned in the Dream Cancel podcast. You know, there's a lot of ego, and I think that's absolutely right. You know, some people, they expect to just come in and be good off the bat, and I don't really understand that. Like, why would you think you would be players that have been doing this for years and you just started? Like, everyone has to start somewhere. Like, some people don't understand that. Like, I know Street Fighter V is easier, but like, still, I don't know. Like, it's okay for that game, but in this game, I can tell you, like, 'cause I'm in the Dream Cancel Discord, I can tell you firsthand, I've seen people come in and complain, I can't find anybody on my level. I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm quitting this game because everyone's too good. Well, I mean, everybody had to start off somewhere. Everyone wasn't too good when they started the game. Like, you have to take your lumps in these kind of games, especially in King of Fighters. Like, I know this is the easiest one, 14, but even still, you're not going to come in and just beat up on Juice Box or Zhao Hai. Like, they know what the hell they're doing. Like, you're not just gonna come from another game, get the basics down, and just be godlike in day one. There's so much stuff in King of Fighters, like hops, how to punish rolls, spacing, all that kind of stuff. It does share some mechanics with other fighting games, but like, there's certain things about King of Fighters that's unique. Like, you have to spend time in the lab, you have to spend time playing other people, you have to spend time learning the mechanics. Like, it's not like, I don't know. You know, it's also on people from the community, not everyone, but like, you know, just to get as much content out there as possible. Sometimes new players just can't find the help they need. You know, I try with my channel with my tutorials, but it's also on the person trying to get in too. Like, we can try our hardest. You know, I know one guy was saying that on the podcast. We can try our hardest, but some people, they just don't. This game doesn't click with them. I mean, that's fine. We're not. I mean, I'm personally not trying to force anybody to play King of Fighters. I mean, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I'm not going door to door telling people, hey, drop Mortal Kombat, drop Injustice, drop Street Fighter, play this game. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But for the people that do want the help, like, I'll absolutely, not just me, everybody from this community will absolutely help you. But for certain people, and this is not everyone again, like, you have to put the ego aside. Like, you're gonna take some lumps playing this game. It's not fun to lose, but like, that's how you learn sometimes, you know. when you get hit by a mix-up you never seen before, you look back at the replay and then you go like, oh, if I had blocked the other side, I would have, you know, gotten that. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. Even like I was like, even people like Zhao Hai, whenever the hell he first started playing King of Fighters, I'm sure he took his lumps. You know, I watch him stream sometimes, and like he'll play old King of Fighters games, and he still gets beat up in those. It's the name of the game. But yeah, you're gonna see more content from me. I'm gonna try to stream more. Definitely gonna get more tutorials out. You know, I'm working on a few other characters actually. I got Angel in mind. I know some of you guys like Angel up there. I got another character in mind. I won't say just yet. But I got a lot more tutorials in mind. I don't know, man. I'm just really kind of personally irritated that SNK, they didn't really announce King of Fighters 15, but just even mentioning the possibility of such a game, it kind of like just kills any momentum this game has. Like, that's just a weird move to me. Because, like, I mean, and I don't blame people if they think, like, well, why should I buy this game? They're apparently making a new one. Why should I buy this game? Like I said, I don't blame them whatsoever. I would feel the same way. It's just, I don't know. I love this. I love 14. I know it's gotten mixed reception. I'm just one of the people who really love 14, so hearing them, well, you know, it's like a two-sided coin, because hearing them announce 15 must mean they're in good shape if they can announce another game, and that's fantastic. Because how many of us even thought 14 would even be a thing, let alone 15? So like, it's a good thing, but on the other hand, it sort of hurts this game a little bit just by announcing another one. I just don't agree with that. And, you know, they might not even been announcing it, like I said, they might have just been saying, hey, thanks for buying 14, guys, you know, now we can make 15. They have been saying it like that, and I'm just, you know, twisting it around, and like, and it doesn't help that like the US in general has never been like super King of Fighters. You know, the scenes are all scattered. I know where I'm at, I'm in Chicago, you know, the scene's it's pretty big, but like a lot of places they may not even have a scene, or if they do, it's just 3 or 4 players. You know, like online play is more important than ever, so thank God this game has a good netcode. Like, I think right now there's just not a lot of incentive for new players to play 14 over some of the other games. Like, some of it comes down to money. Like I said, there's a lot more money in Street Fighter, or even something like Injustice too. You know, like they're getting a lot more support from their developers, and it could come down to difficulty too. I don't think King of Fighters 14 is hard per se, but it would be harder than something like Street Fighter 5, for instance. So, and there's also people just throwing, like I said, throwing their egos out the window. They can't. They don't like losing, you know, they expect to just come into this game and just start bodying everybody. It's like, you gotta take your lumps, okay? Like, I love this game, so I don't feel obligated to help it. I'm doing it out of choice with my content. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to make myself sound bigger than I am. I'm a nobody. Not won any majors. Nobody knows my name besides you guys. Like, I'm not here to brag or whatever. I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to help this game as much as I can. Just like a lot of other people, a lot of other content creators on YouTube, a lot of guys editing the Dream Cancel wiki, a lot of people streaming. Like, I'm gonna try, like I said, I'm gonna try to stream more. I don't know if I want it to be an everyday thing, but we'll just have to see. I'm gonna start off small to begin with, but like I really want this to be an everyday thing. Every day I'm streaming, every day I'm playing. Like that's just what's gonna have to happen. So yeah, I just want to give a big shout out to Dream Cancel for like giving me the idea to make this podcast. This is completely unscripted. I planned nothing. I literally, as soon as I stopped watching it, I decided to talk over the mic, so that's why my thoughts are a little scattered, and I apologize for that. So yeah, before I sign off, shout out to Dream Cancel, of course, you know, for giving me the inspiration, not only to make this podcast, but to better myself as a King of Fighters 14 player. Because, you know, a lot of what they were saying, it kind of opened my eyes. You know, I try to do as much for this game as I can, but, you know, sometimes I get lazy. You know, like, it all happens. It happens to everybody. You get a little lazy, you don't turn on the game for 3 or 4 days. I gotta stop. You all don't have to stop. I have to stop. Like, I love this game too much to be not playing it for, like, that long. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 or 4 days, and then I pick up the game maybe. So yeah, shout outs to Dream Cancel. I appreciate that. Shout outs to Orochinagi. Those guys are awesome too. Shout outs to everyone in the Dream Cancel Discord. You guys are wonderful, awesome people. Shout outs to Critical Hit, my eternal training partner. I really appreciate everything you do for me, bro. Putting up with my bullshit, putting up with my random character choices. I still, you know, the game's been out for a year, and I still don't have a team. Like, I cannot decide on 3 goddamn characters. It feels impossible. You know, shout outs to all the King of Fighters 14 content creators. You guys are awesome. This game wouldn't be the same without you. You know, you supplied so much good tech. Shout outs to Gato Ray, uploading all that footage, helping me figure out, you know, matchups, how to play characters. I mean, he's a godsend. But just shout outs to anybody who uploads King of Fighters matches, content, tutorials, all of that. Like, you're all fantastic. And I appreciate everybody just taking the time to listen. If you did sit through the whole thing, I appreciate that. I just want to get some stuff off my chest. You know, we've been blessed with a good game. You know, like I know King of Fighters 14 has its naysayers, but we've really been blessed with a good game. Like I said, you know, I felt we weren't even gonna get a King of Fighters 14, and we did. You know, and I feel, you know, they did the best they could with the resources they had. I know the game was looking pretty rough in the beginning. You know, it's a PS2 game, but you know, after that graphics patch, the game looks fantastic. I'm still hoping for another graphics patch of some sort. Maybe another balance patch. I would love some more characters. The Orochi team comes to mind. You know, Duolon, Shinwu. I would love some other characters. I know some of you are like, there's way too many characters in this game already. I agree with that, but you know what? I don't care. Like, the King of Fighters fanboy in me would like to see some new characters and stages. Okay, thanks again, guys. I know this was kind of sudden. My thoughts are really scattered, but yeah, I just want to get some stuff off my chest. You know, like I said, I'll be back with some new content soon. That new tutorial will be up soon. I thank you for listening. This is Diamond Dust 132 signing out.